Oh, let's get that shit right. What's going on, everybody? It's your favorite dating coach, Elliot Scott, and don't mind all the stuff in the background. I don't even know why it's out, actually, to be honest. And hold on, look at my shirt. I got a Dragon Ball Z shirt. You about that life right there? Love that. Now, not that you care about that. Who gives a shit? Let's get to the video. As you can see by the title below, we're going to talk about chasing and pulling away and playing hard to get, and how you're pretty much doing it wrong, because this is the habits or the way I see women do things. Okay. Now, if you haven't yet, please subscribe. Just click the red button below. I will love you forever. And the little bell notification if you want to get my videos right away. Wait, and one more and. My link down in the description if you want to get a session with yours truly, okay? So, I have clients who will come to me and they're like, Elliot, I don't chase. Boy, I don't chase. I'm like, okay, that's cool. Good start. No, Elliot, no, you need to understand. I ain't no hoe who chases. And I'm like, I mean, we didn't need to throw that in there, but okay, you don't chase. I got you. No, Elliot, no, listen, I don't chase. Okay, cool. We established that you don't chase. However, what always happens, and I'm going to show why this actually makes it worse. What always happens is, and I always say, there's chasing versus complying. The biggest thing you see women do is say, well, okay, I'm not going to chase him. But as soon as he reaches out, and it's every time, right? If you do it here and there, it's okay. But every time the guy reaches out, though, you're so compliant. You're so intense. You're so eager. You're so available, to the point where you're conditioning the guy now to say, okay, well, I'm good. And this is why it's worse. Because it's basically, I'm pulling back. And as the guy, he's thinking, well, whatever reason I'm pulling. Again, he's pulling back for a reason. Okay? I mean, that's just common sense. He's pulling back for a reason. There's a reason he's pulling back. He just doesn't do it to do it. And if you're pulling back because he's doing it, and your argument or your logic is, well, I'm not chasing, he sees it as, okay, cool. I'm pulling back. She's pulling back. I don't got to answer. There's no accountability. There's no confrontation. She's doing her thing. She's giving my space, whatever. Cool. But then you're teaching him based on convenience he's going to start treating it based on convenience, because nothing is necessarily wrong. It's just miscommunication. He's pulling away for whatever reason, or maybe he's not. You just don't want to initiate. And there's a lack of communication there. So he doesn't necessarily, I mean, he was never been confronted yet that something is wrong. So if he reaches out, and this happens often, and you always reply, well, guess what? If you're gonna treat it casual, it's gonna become casual. So if a guy's not texting you for 3 or 4 days, and you're like, I'm gonna get my space, and then he reaches out and you're gung-ho about it, now you're conditioning the guy to say, I'm not going to put my resources into this girl or this investment, time, energy, effort, money, things like that, because this is how it's going. And there's no reason for him to think otherwise, because, again, you're always eager, or you're always complying with things. Now, if you did it differently, where he starts pulling this bullshit, and again, you don't give him his spot back in line when he comes right back, now you have a little more power. But the problem a lot of women have with this is, I always say, this is where women get themselves into trouble, and it sucks. And I know there's games. I wish there wasn't games. Again, disclaimer, I gotta say this in almost all my videos. Not all guys are like this. Women always say guys are like this. People in the comments flare up saying they're going lesbian, and they're not wasting their time. They're done wasting their time because it shouldn't be this hard, and blah, all that kind of stuff, right? I agree with you, but this isn't all men. You have to understand the context of my channel. We're talking about attraction, scenarios, things certain guys do. If you're watching my video, this probably has happened to you. So again, that's the context. Not all guys are like this. I'm just giving you this scenario if it happens. But I understand if you watch all my videos over and over and over and over and over again, even if you watch one a day, I have over 400 videos, right? you're going to be convinced that this is how guys are and this is how dating is. That's not true, okay? We're just talking about a certain scenario and situation. But going back to what I said, if you're making yourself unavailable or not unavailable, but if you're making yourself scarce by I'm not initiating, but when he initiates, you're so eager or you're always available or compliant, well, then that pretty much counters the idea of pulling away. Now, again, that depends on why you're pulling away. If you're pulling away to just give him space and have him do his own thing, okay, cool. But if you're doing it to teach him a lesson or to show him, no, you can't do that to me, but then you're compliant when he reaches out, now you're conditioning him for convenience. So I always tell women, first off, it should never get to that point. I have no problem with women reaching out to a guy. Now, if you're the one initiating and he's not initiating, then that's where again, even if it's 60-40 you, right? If you're initiating more, okay, whatever. As long as he's initiating here and there, that's fine. Okay? I don't care if it's 60-40 him or 60-40 you or it's 50-50, whatever. As long as you're both investing in some way to the point where if you're meeting and you're having a date and you're having a good time and it's building attraction and it's consistent, then keep it going. My thing is, this again scenario is most of the time when a girl pulls away, okay, it should be only if the girl's the one initiating, investing, putting in her resources, but the guy's not matching it. And again, when I say matching, I just mean something. Okay, if he's kind of half-assing it, then that's when she needs to retract and say, no, dude, I'm not going to waste my time on that. Time's a factor. Time's a resource. I'm not going to do that if you're not willing to put it in. Okay? But again, sadly, what happens most of the time is the girl pulls away, and then the guy's like, okay, I guess she pulls away. Now it's time for me to do my part. Hey, what's going on, hon? How are you? You want to hang? Yeah, I'll see you. You're just so compliant. You like my girl voice? You're just so compliant that it counters everything that just happened. If it's again, I always give the guy a warning, right? Or I would say give the guy a warning. I don't give guys warnings, maybe who knows, right? But I would say that if you pull away once and you're doing this kind of stuff and then he comes around, okay, right? Hey, it happened once, fine, whatever, cool. But if it keeps on happening consistently, then that's where you need to pull away and not give him his spot back in line. He needs to be conditioned. I tell women, it's classical conditioning. It's like a dog. You got to treat guys like a dog sometimes. Scold him if he's bad. Treat him well if he's good. Okay? And if he's pulling this bullshit, don't let him get his space back in line. Don't let him go out and do his thing and then be like, oh, hey, I'm back. Can I get my space back? That's not how it works. You got to call out the bullshit. But so many women are, and this is where I was going, did I even say this? Or this is what I was going to say. Women get themselves in this trap where they desire the guy so much that they fear losing him. And they put up with the bullshit because they're afraid of losing him. When in reality, that actually makes the situation worse because once you do that, you created the foundation for him to do it over and over and over again because there's no reason for him to change. He has the best of both worlds now. He can come and go as he pleases because you don't have the backbone to say, hey, I'm tired of that bullshit. Okay? Now, of course, you don't got to say it like that. You can be a little more understanding with it and not totally blame the guy. Because, again, it could be a miscommunication on why he does it. So, if it happens, hun, then you got to pull away. Again, if it happens multiple times, then I would pull away and not put up with it. And then when he comes back around, you say, hey, you know what? You're acting a little inconsistent here. What's going on? Something. You say something, okay? Because it's not okay that this happens. This is where guys start to take advantage of the girls because she keeps on taking him back. It's just conditioning, okay? So with that being said, ladies, I love you. Take care. If you haven't yet, please subscribe. Link for my one-on-one sessions is down below in the description. And peace.